What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you had a great day so far today. Hope you all had a great weekend. So before I get into this video, let me just say these are my opinions. They may not reflect your opinion, which is totally fine, but these are just my opinions. I want to put that out there. There's no right or wrong in all, and I feel like everybody's opinion is justified. There's no right or wrong opinion, so I don't want nobody to feel like, oh, your opinion is wrong. It's not. Everybody see things differently, so let me just put that out there. Um, I just want to say first and foremost, I was totally Team Ned. I was on Ned's side today. I had to be because I'm. Let me just give y'all a little background. I'm very business oriented. I love business. I breathe business. Like I even own some stocks in some companies. Um, Small stocks, not the large shit, but small. I own like little stocks in like Facebook and Twitter, and I own like little stocks in these companies. I went to school for business, so I love this shit, and that's the reason I'm on Ned's side. Some people said Ned is being too egotistical, like this is all about ego for him. You're entitled to that. I can't speak to what his motivation is. I mean, from what I see, his motivation is he doesn't want to be left out in the cold. He's been a huge part of ELQ for years, long before Drew and Michael were thought of. Long before they were thought of, Ned was saving ELQ's ass countless of times. So I totally understand where he was coming from. Um, it was funny how Michael was sitting there talking about, oh, I put in, my time at ELQ. Sir, you cannot compare your time at ELQ to Ned's time. You really cannot. Don't get me wrong, Michael, he made the company profitable as well. The company was thriving under him, but according to storyline, the company is thriving even more under Valentine. And I'm of the type of person where I don't give a damn if it's a family company. That's the only argument I see, as well as a family company. So what? Who gives a crap? Okay, it's a family company, and some of the family members have been CEO over the years. But if an outsider comes in and they're making money, they're making this company way more valuable, way more profitable. Who am I to rock the boat and fix what's not broken? If they're not doing a bad job, why would I vote you out? You know what I'm saying? You're making me money. That's all I give a shit about. You're making me wealthier than what I am. I just feel like when people think like that, you're putting emotion into it. When you're dealing in business, take that emotion out the business. Come on. Listen, get out your feelings. I tell people this all the time. Do not be in your damn feelings because there ain't no checkup in there. There ain't no money in your feelings. I'm just saying, take the feelings and the emotions out of the business world and go in there with a business mind and make you some money. And that's what Valentine does. He takes all the emotion out and he makes the money. Um, but yeah, speaking of that though, it's just I feel like the reason I wasn't on Michael and Drew's side was because not only were they trying to push Ned to the side, but this merger didn't make any sense from a business standpoint. It did not make sense to me, and it still doesn't. Because I feel like all we've heard from Michael and Drew was, well, if we merge the company, we can finally vote him out. We can finally dilute Valentine's shares. He won't have as much control. That's all they kept saying. I never heard a solid business plan. That's my issue with that. That's why I couldn't be on their side. And plus, that little smug ass attitude of Michael's really made me go against him. But it's like, come on, if you would have came with a solid business plan, like when you're doing a merger, you have a lot to consider. The employees, the investors, like what's your plan? How are we going to make this big? How are we going to profit from this? Like what is your plan? Do you have everything in place? It's a lot of questions to be asked when a merger goes through. You can't just say, well, we're going to do a merger, boom, let's vote and we got the merger. No. Because when you do a merger, a lot of people lose their jobs. Like people get laid off because you got to consolidate departments from that company and this company to make it one. So you got to bring everything together, and some people are just going to lose their job because there's not enough room for people that was doing the same thing at this company and doing the same thing at that company, and now they're going to be doing it for one. It's not a lot. You got to X somebody out. And I feel like Michael and Drew did not think that through. They didn't think about that, how it affects, everybody. Um and Valentine, of course, made Ned the chairman of the board, and I feel like that was more than what Michael and Drew were offering. Michael and Drew say, hey, we're just going to give you a COO position. This man actually made him chairman of the board. Ned, I felt like, should not have to apologize for a damn thing. I felt like Ned made a very generous offer to Michael. And y'all remember the offer. Let's run this thing collectively. The three of us. Co-presidents. We're each co-presidents. We each have a equal say in this company. Michael turned it down. He refused. He said, no, we're not doing that. So I say to hell with him. I'm totally on Ned's side on this. And Drew sitting there, oh, don't come running to us when Valentine betrays you and stuff. Dude, shut the hell up, Drew. Shut up. Because the only thing Michael and Drew were thinking about were themselves. They were just thinking about themselves. That's it. At the end of the day, do I trust Valentine? No, absolutely not. Like, so I hope Ned finds a way to get it in writing. But in my opinion, I feel like the Quartermaines still have the voting power. They still have the power if they work collectively. Because think about it. If Ned would have voted with Drew and Michael, Valentine would have been out. That's why he needed Ned on his side in the first place. Because he knew that. Even with Lucy, Lucy wouldn't even been able to vote because it wouldn't have been a tiebreaker. They would have had a majority of the vote. He would have been out. So they still have the power if they work together. And that's the problem. Drew and Michael were not trying to work together with Ned. They wanted to work with each other instead and have equal power. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, I can't blame Ned for that. He's looking out for himself and he's looking out for the company at the end of the day, because the company is very profitable under Valentine. I just hope that Ned keeps his eyes open where Valentine is concerned, because like I said, I trust him to an extent, but I don't trust Valentine completely. I was not here for BLQ and Olivia coming in there running a little flatjack to Ned. BLQ sitting there, oh, how could you do this after everything I did to try to get this company back? And BLQ, be quiet. Be quiet. See, that's the problem. They don't try to listen. They don't think logically. It's like, if you think from a logical business standpoint, she would understand where Ned was coming from. Olivia as well. Because she's trying to act like, oh, this is going to have bad consequences or something like that. Maybe so. But Ned, I'm pretty sure with him and Valentine together, they can handle it. It is what it is. So anyway, moving on from that. Well, actually, before I even move on from that, Willow was sitting there talking about, why don't we call Diane and get her involved? And Willow, be quiet. First of all, why is Willow at this meeting? What is calling Diane gonna do? This was a legitimate shareholders meeting. Why would you call Diane to see if what legalities could she pull to stop this? There's nothing in the legal field she can do to stop this mess. It was a legitimate shareholders meeting. They voted. It's done. Nothing Diane can do. So anyway, moving on from that. Carly was all gleeful. She was sitting there telling Bobby and Jocelyn about this merger. I'm like, you sitting here talking about all this insider trading. That's exactly what that's how Carly was able to do all this. I'm like, you got inside information. I'm like, you should be in federal prison by now, but that's neither here nor there. Sitting over here telling all these business secrets. I'm like, oh my goodness. And little do she know, the damn Aurora stock is tumbling because it made the news. Valentine made sure to call Martin and was like, listen, tell all the major business magazines, all the business press that, listen, I'm still CEO. Ned is chairman of the board. The merger ain't going through. And that shit went out like hotcakes. Like, the whole world knows about this now. And Carly was sitting there gloating to Jocelyn and Bobby about how, Aurora stocks is going up and this about to be a merger and they future about to change. Like, she was just all ecstatic about it. And I'm like, little do you know. Mind you, the whole time she's sitting there talking to them, her broker is calling her to try to warn her about what the hell's going on. And Carly is not answering the phone. I'm like, Carly, pick up that phone. That is your future calling you. A very poor future is calling you. You might want to answer. So she just ignored it or whatnot. And Bobby left and Valentine comes strolling up all happy and stuff like that, ready to tap dance and, do the two-step. And she noticed how happy and cocky he was and stuff like that. She was like, "What the hell you got to be so happy about losing your job?" I'm like, "No, ma'am. He didn't lose his job, but you might need a job in a minute." The way your fortune is going right about now, you might need gainful employment. I'm just saying. So you might want to be nice to him because he might be needing an assistant or something. So you might need about 15, 16 hours an hour. So you might want to check the attitude at the door, Miss Carly. Um, so of course, Drew pop up in there to tell her the bad news. I'm like, ma'am, you need to get ready to call Olivia and ask to see if they hiring in the housekeeping department because you may need to scrub some toilets or something. Honestly, I feel like Carly might be okay with this, even though the stocks are going down. She lost a mint on this deal because I'm pretty sure she lost a lot of money on this deal. But she still got assets, so I'm not really worried about her because she still got two mansions that she got. She could sell one of them, and I'm pretty sure she probably gonna sell the one that her and Jax lived in or whatever. I'm pretty sure that house is going probably for maybe $3 to $4 million. I'm pretty sure it's a big house, and it's probably going for probably like 4 or 5 million. Um, because I know Sunny's house, the one she lives in now, Greystone Manor. I remember when Sunny bought that house. I think it was on the market back then for like $5 million, and this was like 2005. Because I remember Rick was trying to buy it. And Sunny tried to, best him or whatever by offering double pretty much, or offering more than what Rick was offering. But I do remember that house went for 5 million. So I'm pretty sure Carly and Jackson's house went for around that amount, or maybe better. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's a few million. So Carly's still gonna be all right. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, Olivia, Lord have mercy. I understand she don't like Nina and whatnot. I get it, but kicking out somebody who pays is ridiculous at this point. Like I say this a lot in my reviews, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't have to like you in order to do business with you. Even if I don't like you, I'm still gonna take your money. You know what I'm saying? And Nina had to remind Olivia about that. She said, "You know how many business lunches and stuff that I have here with my clients, with my contacts, and we spend a boatload of money at the Metro Court restaurant. They spend a lot of money." And she was like, "You gonna sit here and kick me out just because of Carly?" She talking about, "Oh, because you being down here, you just here at the pool to try to rub it in Carly's face." Carly ain't even over here. She at the damn gardens. She ain't even here. And the girl do got an office in the building. So Carly gonna have to see her regardless. I mean, shit. You live in that town. You gonna see each other. At the Savoy, at Kelly's, at the Metro Court. You're gonna see each other. It is what it is. At Charlie's, you're just gonna see each other. Like Olivia was being totally ridiculous, trying to kick her out. That was stupid. I mean, like I said, I get that she don't like her, but refusing her service all because of a former co-owner is ridiculous. And I do mean that former. Because Carly don't even co-own the shit no more. How's she gonna get the money back to even buy it? You know, Olivia was being ridiculous, and Sasha pretty much had to come in there and try to stomp around and put her little foot down. Oh, if you're kicking Nina out, then that means I'm not welcome neither. Bye. I would have just told Sasha, okay, you're not really important over here, so bye bye. But like I said, if people are sitting here spending their money, I will gladly take it. So Olivia finally backed off or whatever, and Sasha and Nina was catching up and whatnot. Um, so Willow comes in there looking pale as shit. I said, "What is going on with you?" Like she looked whiter than a ghost. I'm like, "What is going the hell on?" She over here looking like Casper, and she wasn't friendly. Um, because she was out there just spitting venom. Like she did not want to be around Nina. And she's saying there, "Oh, things didn't go well for Michael at the meeting, but I'm sure you're happy about that." I'm like, she didn't even know what the hell was going on. She didn't even know there was a meeting. And Sonny, of course, pop up looking like something straight out of Miami Vice. He like Crockett, coming up in there dressed like he going to Miami or something. Like he worked for Miami-Dade. Um, and Sonny was asking about the whole Valentine situation or whatever, what happened at the meeting, and Willow was just on a tangent. She was like, "No, I'm not gonna be your go-between," and like just going off until she just passed out in Sonny's arms. I'm like, yeah, y'all need to get her to a hospital quick because she looked awful. I wonder what the hell going on with her. Like, we all know she got some type of medical condition, but I'm like, what is the condition? Because she looked horrible. Um, so anyway, moving on from that. Sonny and Dex went to go see Brando and whatnot. Brando still sitting here offering his little 2 cents, and I do mean little. Talking about some, oh, I still want to, reach out to Michael on your behalf and talk to Michael. Brando, shut up. And I do mean that with all due respect, but stop it. What makes you think Michael's gonna want to talk to you? He barely knows you. He don't really talk to you, interact with you as it is. So it's like, why would he listen to what you got to say? For what? Leave it alone. He don't want to be bothered with Sonny. He don't want nobody trying to talk him out of his vendetta against Sonny. So it's like, let it go. And that's pretty much what Sonny told Brando. He was like, listen, Michael's trying to come at me. Ain't nothing nobody can say that's gonna stop him at this point. Um, and Brando is still very leery of Dex. Like, he is still leery of Dex. And Sonny is just oblivious to all of this. Like, I'm like, sir, why are you trusting him? Even though Sonny don't trust him like that, it's like, but why are you still having him employed with you? Like, did you vet him? Did you find out who he is, where he comes from, anything? Because Brando just got a third eye about him. Like, his spidey senses just be tingling when Dex is around. And, Dex try to mend fences with Brando and stuff like that, talking about, oh, I'm just looking out for Sonny. Yeah, you looking out for him, all right. Because now Michael's sitting here calling Dex and stuff, talking about they got to get creative with their plan now because everything done subsided and it's time to, make different moves. My thing is, I'm still sitting here patiently waiting, like, for Sonny to respond to Michael's attack against him and Corinthos Coffee. Like, sir, what are you going to do about this? Like, this man is attacking one of your major legitimate business holdings and you have not responded yet. What is your response, sir? WTNH would like to know. Like, Channel 8 News I want to know. Like, what are you going to do about this? The boy is coming at you. You ain't going to go over there and smack him up a little bit? You ain't going to threaten him? I mean, something. I mean, you just going to let the boy come at your businesses and get away with it? I expect better, Sonny. I'm just saying, because if this was anybody else, he would have went on a tangent. But he taking it a little, a little too nice. I'm like, bruh, do something. Give him hell. I'm just saying. So anyway, moving on from that. Chase is in a whole world of trouble right now. Like, Link decided to drop the charges, but now he's on an extended suspension indefinitely. And now he has to go up against a damn review board, a civilian review board now. And they're going to determine whether he's even fit to go back to work. So now he's looking at losing his badge permanently. And BLQ, oh, let me fix it. No, BLQ. You don't need to fix anything else. All you're going to do is make it worse. Because she's sitting there talking about, oh, I can, talk to Link and see if he could talk to the review board on your behalf and sign a new contract with him and do more songs with him. Like, she was just coming up with all type of, solutions to try to help Chase. And Chase said, no, I don't blame Chase. He was like, no, you know what? He's not going to let her sacrifice her happiness and her career for him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what she'll be doing. Signing a new deal with the devil. And I'm pretty sure Link is going to put so many clauses in that contract that BLQ would never be able to get out of it. So I doubt Chase is about to let her do that. He was like, no, I'm not going to let you get further and deeper into the abyss with this man on my behalf. He was like, no, I can't let you do that. I respect it, but Chase need to figure something out. Like, he need to go to that review board. He need to get on his knees and beg like a Keith Sweat song. I'm just saying. Like, you better do some heavy begging. Beg. I mean, I do mean it. You better put on some Keith Sweat begging music, the best of the best Keith Sweat begging music, and make it work. Because you need your job, you need your money, because you ain't been getting no money since you've been suspended. And now you're on an extended suspension with no pay again. So I'm like, dude, how is your rent going to get paid, sir? I mean, he do got Gregory and Finn. I mean, they could obviously cut the check, but it's like, damn, you a grown man. You don't want your daddy and your brother, who you thought was your daddy, writing your check and paying your bills every month. That's no. So, he need to do something. He need to get some knee pads out and just kiss some major review board ass at this point to keep his job. Because that's what I would be doing. Like, if I ain't got no money stacked up like that and I'm looking at losing my job, I'm kissing some major booty to keep my checks coming in. I'm just saying, like, you better get down there and pucker the hell up and make it work. But I am glad that BOQ, she called Gregory to come up in there with Violet and stuff to try to, lift Chase's spirits and all that, because he need all the lifting spirits he can get. He need all the prayer. He need a seance. He needs something to keep this job. I'm just saying, I don't know what I could see Chase doing if he's not doing detective work. Like maybe opening up a PI business or something. But it's like, what other career could I see him do? Hopefully he get it together. He gonna need it. So anyway, hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.